The most Arkansas thing ever would be we're going to mess around and look for another coach because we got people that don't want to hire Bobby Petrino. And then while we can't find anyone to take the job because we think everyone's going to be interested in our job, Bobby Petrino takes another job elsewhere. And then you're behind square zero. You're not just at square one, you're behind square zero. So that's what you can't do is screw this thing up where you mess around, you show at least some support for Petrino, then he bolts and takes a head coaching job, maybe in a group of five, a place like a Memphis if a Silverfield left. He's not going to stick here to be an OC, and you can't let him waver too long. You better have a sense of where you're going, or you'll end up with Bobby Petrino coaching somewhere else, and you won't have him in your hip pocket.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Busch. With Ty Richardson.
Just so stupid on my part.
And Tommy Kraft.
We don't have Coke Zero, sir. We got Diet Coke.
And produced by Colton Little.
It's literally like drinking TV static.
This is The Morning Rush.
Colton's comment was not about Coke Zero, by the way. It was about, what, Liquid Death? Is that right?
Any type of just regular old sparkling water, it's just not my type of palate. It's not for me.
Not a fan. All right, we got 2 hours ahead of the Morning Rush here on a Think Tank Thursday. That was kind of Tommy's thoughts. You heard in the open about this Bobby Petrino saga that's currently ongoing here at Arkansas, because that's what it is. Like that, you can't write a movie script or a Netflix doc like what's actually happening here in Fayetteville. And just to top it all off, if it did happen where Arkansas decided, hey, we're going to go in another direction, and he either takes a group of five job or he goes at a Power 4 OC, it would just be funny to see that play out. But I don't know what's in his head, Tommy. I don't know if he solely wants a head coaching job moving forward. I don't know if he would be accepting to go back to an offensive coordinator role at a big school, including the SEC. I don't know if anyone's asked him that yet, but this is going to be fascinating to see how this plays out.
What you got there, Tommy?
Oh, I've got a Coke Zero here for those watching on YouTube. Not a Diet Coke, no sir. Coke Zero. So, to match the open there. They do have them in New York City. New York City. So, well, interesting stuff. Think Tank Thursday here. What are you thinking about? I mean, you heard my thoughts there in the opening of the show. Well done, Colton. How do you play this thing? How do you play it out? I mean, I think I believe you do have at least an angle, or I don't know if it's a concern, but you better be having this idea that Petrino has nowhere else to go. That that if you can play him, you can string him along as you want. I don't think is a prudent play at this point.
Well, let's think about this. Florida's not going to hire him. When Auburn, let's go Hugh Freeze, they're not going to hire him. But would Oklahoma State? Would Kent State? Would some of these other head coaching openings, that Stanford, UCLA,
we're not done having openings either.
Yeah, that's correct.
And I don't mean necessarily because a bunch more people are getting fired, but there's going to be people get hired that leave other openings. Mm-hmm. So we're not done with openings. I mentioned there in my thoughts yesterday that this could be a group of five head coaching job would be better for him than sticking around or going somewhere else as an OC. Could certainly see that. I think a lot of group of five programs would love to have Bobby Petrino as their head coach.
Well, he
is very marketable.
The most polarizing coach in college football right now is Kirk Cignetti, and he's talked about this openly. He was on Nick Saban's staff. I think he left was it 2012, Colton? And he went
only there like a year, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he went to
wide receivers coach, if I remember.
Yeah, taking a step back, and is like, I'm going to go coach D2 because I want to be a head coach. And now at 64 years old, he is on the top of college football. But that was
you know what else he did in that? He went from making a paltry $250,000 a year at Alabama, cut his salary in half when he took that head coaching job at the D2 level, and went to $1.25. I mean, cut it in half, and then look at him now. Top 3 salary in the sport?
Mm-hmm. Betting on himself.
It's incredible. The salary rise he's had.
Well, I think one of the arguments that people have made here on the Morning Rush and our other shows is, well, you can pay Petrino less, get better coordinators and staff and everything else. I don't know if he would take a pay cut to stay here. He's already advocated and he's talked about that he does want to try and be a head coach here in Fayetteville. There's so many things that, of course, are said. That doesn't mean it's necessarily going to play out from an agent standpoint. And that doesn't need to be the only reason you hire a guy is because he would take less. But it does at least factor into the equation what it looks like. But just this timeline of you let Sam, and what's the exact day? It was after the Notre Dame game. So you played Notre Dame, where is it? September 27th. You let Sam go on the 28th. And so over 2 months will pass between you hiring your head football coach. And obviously Bobby could end up getting the job here in the next few weeks if they start plugging away and winning some football games. And you've talked about that the bye week sets up that they win the next two. Maybe you take the interim tag off, even though I think that might be a little premature considering both Auburn and Mississippi State have yet to win an SEC game.
All right. Think Tank Thursday brought to you this morning by APAC and Standard Materials Group. If you got a big job going, you need ready-mix concrete or asphalt at your job site, they're ready to go with APAC and Standard Materials Group. Top quality aggregates, all the services you need to make sure your job runs smoothly as well. So if you need help maybe getting some planning done, everything from engineering to drone services, trucking, logistics, and more, every aspect of the job, they've got you covered. 479-587-3300 for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300.
We're going to chat with Crystal Green coming up, who's a member of the Dirks Booster Club. They're currently competing for the T-Mobile $1 Million Friday Night Lights contest. We'll get that coming up. Tommy, we just got a text here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline from our buddy Brett Norsworthy Stats, who's driving to Norman for the Oklahoma Ole Miss game this weekend. I think
huge game, by the way, and massive. I think loser is out of the playoff type game.
And that's where I was going to go because I saw Stanford Steve, who's a part with SVP and some other ESPN programming, saying that the loser is going to be out. Ole Miss coming off a tough loss in Athens. Oklahoma bounces back in South Carolina, Columbia this past weekend. It's at home. Oklahoma's had a lot of home games to start their season. Who do you like in that one, in one of the biggest, if not the biggest game in college football this weekend?
I like Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is more of a complete package than OU. I think OU's got an incredible defense. I'm interested to see what OU can do against Ole Miss's offense. But I think Ole Miss is more the complete package. The fact that OU could only – and I know Texas has got a good defense, but you score 2 field goals, 6 points. OU's got some problems. And I know Mateer had come back early, and that thumb wasn't quite there, and maybe he's a little closer this week to being fully ready to go, but they've still got some problems on offense. So if Mateer plays well, it's going to be a great game. If he doesn't play well, I think Ole Miss could run away with that.
We'll get more into that during your SEC update. We've got a lot of topics to get into this morning, but a lot of you have either listened to us talk about this contest, or maybe you've heard some different social media videos, including Houston Dale.
Hello, I'm Coach Houston Nutt. Guys, I need you to vote for Dirks Outlaws and help them get $1 million from T-Mobile to save one of the most oldest and historic fields in Arkansas history. Remember, there's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there's only one outlaw. Vote daily until October 24th, and let's help these Arkansas kids. Go Outlaws. Keep voting.
This is the opening drive.
All right, we welcome in Crystal Green via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, who's a members of the Dirks Booster Club. Crystal, we appreciate you making some time for us this morning. Coach Nutt, Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, other Arkansas players. You guys have really
Ty Richardson.
Yeah, I don't know if I factor into those celebrities, but you guys have really gotten some good good people.
Ty, get her done. Get her done.
To speak for you.
Yeah, the support has been overwhelming. It's been great. We've really rallied this thing nationwide, and it's crazy, but it's so exciting, and we've got some big names on our side, so we're just hoping to drive this home come Friday.
Well, you guys are currently in first place and let me just go over the contest again. T-Mobile is giving away $1 million to a high school, not just in Arkansas, but across the country. Dirks High School is currently in first place over a school in Oregon, who we're not even going to go into, but I know you've talked about like just the football field needs redone with just the the rain and the drainage is an issue. Visitors.
They got real grass.
Yeah.
They want turf. That's
Yeah.
the deal.
Visitor stands. You want a parking lot. There's just a lot of things that this $1 million would help out Dirks High School, Crystal.
Oh, for sure. And actually, we want to keep our original grass.
Really?
The boys and everybody in our community, it means a lot to have our grass field, and it comes with a lot of history. So we just want it to be level. Honestly, we're not asking for a lot. It slopes 8 feet from one side to the other, and it has a really prominent hump in the middle of the field. And so, yeah, one side of the field, the water just stays in when it rains, and it's awful. So with this $1 million, we really just want to level out the fields and grow some pretty green grass back, and update our concession stands, update our bathroom, make our parking lot better. $1 million, it could go a long way for us. And this is just an opportunity that we never thought we would have, but we're so close that we can almost taste it at this point.
Yeah, so we got about 24 hours to go, and I just voted again for my daily vote, which everyone can vote once a day, every day. Dirks High School has 1,531,000, almost 32,000 votes. Lebanon High School in Oregon, 1,183,000 votes. So a pretty sizable lead, but you don't want to get complacent. You don't know how these bots and all this stuff goes on out there. You want to keep voting, but you got to feel really good like you're going to win this thing.
Oh, I feel great. I'm confident, but I'm also weary. Like, we can't get too confident in the lead. I just really want to encourage everybody to keep voting up until the contest ends at 2 a.m. Saturday morning. So you can vote all day tomorrow through 2 a.m. Saturday morning.
So you can vote 3 more times. So.
Oh, yeah, you can vote. Yeah, we just want to continue to encourage everybody to vote, and tell your friends, tell your family, and just keep voting for Derek so we can win this thing.
So let's straighten that out. Is it Dirks, Derek's? How do we properly pronounce Dirks High School? Derek's High School. Derek's High School. What is the right way for us to say it?
Either way, I tell you, I'm going to be wrong. So it goes. I think originally it's Dirks. Like, I think that's honestly the correct pronunciation. But everybody from Derek's says Derek's, and all the older crowd says Dirks. So, and out of town people say Dirks. So, honestly, we'll answer to either one, and you can't be wrong either way.
Is it frowned upon?
Or you can be wrong.
I know we're all Arkansans here, but is it frowned upon if someone's not from there to say it the way that the people in town say it? Because I don't want to offend anybody.
Oh, no. I'm telling you, this is half the town. Half the town says Dirk, half the town says Derek. So you won't offend nobody either way you say it.
Crystal Green's with us, member of the Derek's Booster Club. Crystal, I think I was reading, or maybe I heard it, Rob Gronkowski, who you were watching, you heard about it. Like, how did this all come into play for Dirks High School?
Well, I was watching the news one morning, and Rob Gronkowski is sponsoring this contest along with T-Mobile and Patrick Mahomes. And Rob was on the news talking about this Friday night 5G Lights competition. And like I said, I'm a member of the Booster Club, and we have already been racking our brains trying to figure out ways to get funding for our field. And I saw this contest, and I was like, wow, we could enter it. Why not? It wouldn't hurt. But honestly, I thought we didn't have a chance because we're such a small school, and it would really take the state to rally around us to win this thing. So I wasn't sure if we'd get very far, but once we got into the top 25, I was like, wow, we've got a chance at this. And then we've just continued to rally the state and even the nation. We've got votes from all 50 states confirmed now. So we've really spread the message and got a lot of people on board with us.
So how cool has that been to see our entire state get, because I think we're good about that in our state. When a community has a need, like a tornado or a natural disaster, the state rallies around when we're in moments of need. And this is different, but it's a moment of need to to put $1 million into your program. I think it's been really cool how Arkansans, and when it comes to an online vote, we do really good in polls and votes and stuff, getting behind something in our state. I think it's been really cool because I would venture to guess, Crystal, if we went and asked 100 Arkansans where Dirks High School is or Dirks, Arkansas is, most couldn't get that right. I mean, they probably don't know you're down in kind of the southwest corner, but yet it's Arkansas and we've gotten behind it. I think it's been really cool to watch how our state has done this.
Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, we have people from East Arkansas, Northeast Arkansas, South Arkansas. I mean, the entire state has rallied around us. And, like, even Derek's rivalry schools, I mean, they're making Facebook posts. They're cheering on the Outlaws. So it's beyond just this competition. It's like neighbors supporting neighbors and, the state rallying behind their own. And it's truly been unbelievable. And, I always knew this. I'm a lifetime Razorback fan. I know the state's passion behind their teams. And when you're in a competition of this size, competing against the nation, like, Arkansas wants to win.
Yeah.
And we felt this from all corners of the state and even surrounding states. It's crazy. We had some Longhorn fans cheering on us, and they put aside the Hogs and Razorback, or the Hogs and the Longhorns, just to cheer on the Outlaws, and I think that's been pretty cool too.
So for all those listening around the state and the country that probably don't know where Howard County is, but that's where Dirks is in Howard County. Tell people where Dirks is in our state so they maybe have a sense, because I truly believe most people probably, without looking it up, don't know where Dirks is at. Yeah,
it's in the southwest corner. We're pretty much smack dab, and if you look at a map, we're about an hour from Hot Springs and about an hour from Texarkana. So we're smack dab in between Texarkana and Hot Springs in the southwest corner.
So, well, this is really cool, and I know you've been you've been the straw that stirred the drink on this.
Catalyst.
Man, kudos to you, Crystal, for all the work you've done to make this happen. You have done an outstanding job for your community.
Well, thank you. I don't want to take all the credit. We've had amazing people helping us, and like I said, these celebrities and people in our booster club and our school and our teachers. I mean, it's really taken all of us to get it this big, and I appreciate you. I appreciate the call out, but it's everyone.
Crystal, good stuff this morning. Good luck through again 2 a.m. Saturday night, or Saturday morning, I should say. So you can vote today, you can vote tomorrow, and you can vote if you want to set your alarm for like 1 o'clock in the morning, you can do it again on Saturday. Appreciate it, Crystal.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Crystal, I'll tell you what, when everything's done, holler back at us, and maybe we'll come down and do the show from the newly renovated stadium one day next year.
Yes,
when it's done.
Yeah, T-Mobile is hosting us a big tailgate party if we're the winners, to reveal all the renovations. So, yeah, you guys definitely come down, and we'll have a spot for you.
Well, let us know, and we'll come maybe do the show or something there that day. So.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and I appreciate all your support, and everybody just keep voting.
She is right. When it comes to contests of any sort, it could be Razorback related. It could be a high school in the state. Arkansans are just naturally competitive. It cracks me up, whether it's on social media or something like this. So 100% accurate when it comes to these type of things.
You bet. And why let another school in another state win this? I mean, rally around them. And listen, I don't know everyone in the conference Dirks plays against, but they probably want a better field to play on. I've been on those old fields that have the big, she called it a big hump, a crown in the middle so the water will drain. I guarantee you where she's talking about that water draining is on the visitor sideline. And I'm sure they would like to see a new stadium. I think it's interesting. I just assumed, I made a bad assumption they would want to put turf down because everybody has turf. All the cool kids have turf now.
Turf sucks. So, I mean, it just leads to more injuries. It does.
I disagree with that.
It's proven. None of the NFL players want to play on it. College players don't want to play on it. Turf is not good for college.
I'll tell you this: Tommy Kraft likes to referee on it. Particularly like tomorrow night, I would hate to be on a grass field tomorrow night when they go ahead and play it in the rain. It is. It's no fun.
Are they still playing? I thought
some are. Some are. Some aren't. Depends on where you're at. But my game, which was scheduled for tomorrow night, has been moved to this evening. So And I can tell you, I've been on fields when it's been ankle deep mud, and you got to go find your oldest pair of cleats to get out there, and I'll take the turf 100 out of 100.
I set my duck boots out that I hadn't worn in 2 years for this weekend, knowing what the weather's going to be the next 2 days. Wear these things like once or twice a year, and they're getting worn tomorrow.
Well, and the other thing with turf is, if you're a school that plays soccer, if you're your field becomes more multi-purpose. So I mean, that's the other thing with having turf. Now, I know some schools don't want to put turf down because they don't want to have soccer. So I've heard that before from administrators. But good for Dirks to stick to their roots. Their literal Bermuda roots, and keep that grass there, because grass fields are becoming less and less commonplace now. Most schools have transitioned to turf.
Well, the grass is harder to maintain, right? I mean, it's not.
Well, it's just more expensive, and it gives your field less availability to other sports like soccer or anything. Your band can't practice out there like some. You just have a lot less that you can do with it when it's grass. So that's it. Cool stuff there, and glad Crystal took some time to join us this morning. Hey, if you haven't downloaded the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell, I've got it right here. It works in New York City. It works anywhere else you want to go. Plus, you can take it along on a car ride, a trip coming up, and all of our stuff's there. You can click on the YouTube tab at the bottom, and it's got all of our live shows, Chuck and Bo from this morning, yesterday's Morning Rush, Ruskin and Zach from yesterday. It's all right there. You can click over on Connect, and you can text us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. You can hit our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages as well. I guess I should call it X. Go to our website. Plus, there's also a place under the menu tab where you can send us a voice message, or an audio message as well. So it's all there. Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell and the Apple or Google Play Store.
Got an update from Bobby Petrino on some injuries yesterday. We'll get into that and more coming up in your Hog Update.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Ty, you're going to be most affected by this and be upset because he shaved his head. And outside of J.D. Patel, not many people have a better head of hair than you and Rick Weeks.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
That is the leading total offensive player in the country right back there, Taylor Green. You ought to give him a hand.
This is The Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Bartley.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level. For you, learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
7 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
I'm not sure yet. I saw them both out there in stretch last night and looking like they were going to go through the run. And I go out with the young guys in practice. So we're not sure yet, but I think there is some hope.
Bobby Petrino earlier this week talking about Danny Sully and David Oakey. Doesn't sound like David Oakey is going to be participating, Tommy, and that Danny Sully is listed as probable in the injury report. The one that stood out, though, last night is that Cam Ball is out as of last night for this upcoming game. I don't think that's going to change for Saturday, so big loss for the Razorbacks heading in one of your best defensive interior players.
Yeah, and I'd like to say that, man, that's a huge, huge loss, but he hadn't had, a banner year. Arkansas's not been able, not just Cam Ball, but anyone really, to get to opposing quarterbacks and put a lot of pressure, and particularly in conference play. So, I'd like to say this is going to be a huge difference, but I'm not convinced it is. So we need Cam Ball. He is one of our better players. I'm not convinced whoever they end up out there or whoever rotates through those plays more is going to come in and Wally Pip him or anything, but at the end of the day, Arkansas hadn't been able to get pressure as it is, so I don't know how much of a difference. Now, What you might see is Auburn come in here and just run it inside a lot more. And their offense has been anemic at times. So maybe they go to the ground a little more. We'll see what Arkansas does with that.
They're going to score 20-plus in this game for the first time in the SEC all season. I would bet a good chunk of money against that. Well, the Arkansas defensive line has not been good this year. You've lost now potentially, I guess that's two guys in the middle with basically addition and then subtraction. You get Salih back and you lose Cam. So definitely need Danny and the other guys to step up and some younger guys like Otis and Monopola, or I think that's how you say his last name, and a few others heading into this game on Saturday. As far as the offense goes, Tommy, Bobby Petrino was speaking to a bunch of different guys last night. Taylon Green and Caleb Wooden were with him. You think about offensively what they've been. Mike Washington nearly had 300 yards the last two games. Colton and I spoke to this yesterday. They're not listed as the Joe Moore Award potential just because they're 2-5 right now. But that offensive line is playing like a Joe Moore Award type of offensive line this fall, especially against SEC opponents.
Yeah, and do you feel like the team that runs the ball on Saturday, and I know that's pretty common in SEC games, the team that establishes the run, the team that stops the run wins the game, but you got to feel like the team that has the most rushing yards and probably first downs by rushing probably is going to have a huge edge to win this game on Saturday. So, yeah, being able to run the ball and that offensive line, Joe Moore Award, all those things will matter. We need no line that can protect and show out.
Well, they've done that. What stinks about it is you've done that against Ole Miss, you've done that against Tennessee, and you've done that against A&M. The only problem is the Volunteers, the Rebels, and the Aggies also ripped you up rushing the football.
Right. I mean, but all you can control is what you control. The offense has got to do its best. Now, you just listed three teams they lost to, all close, right? And they were all what? Ranked? I don't remember what Ole Miss was ranked at the time, 13th, but the other two were in the top 10. I mean, three top 15 teams. I'd have to go back and look the rankings up. But, I mean, I don't say you're taking a step down in class, but you're taking a step down in class this weekend with Auburn. Auburn is not as good as those three other teams, right?
Yeah, you don't have to hesitate saying that. It is a step. It is 100%.
It's a step down. I don't throw any ammo out here, but that's the reality. Is you ought to win this game if you can play at the same level you have against those other three teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the hope, that they can continue the success in the SEC. Running the football and passing as well. Maybe the defense will step up. All right, that is your Hog Update here on a Think Tank Thursday. Hog Update, always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Did you see this story about London Johnson, the Louisville commit that's been in the G League and didn't play college basketball and is now apparently going to be eligible to play, just committed recently? Apparently this is something that the NCAA is allowing because they don't want a lawsuit or anything, but it's essentially what it was compared to is like playing overseas for a few years professionally and then coming to the States. Well, this is basically just the land version of that here in the U.S., Tommy, but you're not playing the NBA, so it's not, the salary isn't what they expect it to be professional-wise.
Tell me the difference between professional basketball in a development league versus college basketball now. You're both getting paid, right? Tell me what the difference is. I mean, that would be my. I mean, I'm no attorney, but what would be your argument why it's different?
Got to go to class.
Okay, that's the leg you're standing on?
Yeah, you asked me to find a difference. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah. So I mean, I think there's got to be serious conversation about defining, I hate to even say amateur status, but also eligibility rules. This is pretty ridiculous. Arkansas still a 1-point favorite, home favorite, -1 this weekend. But funny how that line shifted. I'm looking at the Bet Saracen app. Hadn't moved much, or hadn't moved at all really since yesterday. I think the over-under is down maybe a half point, 56 for the over-under. Arkansas favored by 1. You can find all the action, plus three-leg parlays, get a 10% profit boost. It's all this weekend. You can find it now, and they got some other NCAA and NFL profit boosts available when you go to Bet Saracen and check it all out live and in-game and a whole bunch more. Thursday night football as well, Chargers and Vikings. Chargers favored by 3.5. It's all at Bet Saracen, Arkansas's #1 sports betting app.
When we return, Morning Rush Daily Question. A lot more to get into as we continue on a Think Tank Thursday.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
Yeah, I mean, he's tough as they come.
Taylor Green to throw, stepped up. Now he's going to try to run inside the 25, inside the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas!
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Alexander, straight ahead again. Picked up by Kenoy Kennedy. He's going to go in for a touchdown, Arkansas.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Wrath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. No choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Wrath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, wrathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric. Sloan, what do you currently have open?
2 journeyman spots open and a 4th-year apprentice. If you have 1 to 2 years experience with those, you'd be a great fit for my company. We do residential, commercial, and industrial installs. Normal working hours are 8 to 4:30, so you can focus on your home life outside of your career. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
For over 50 years, WT Equipment has been your trusted family-owned dealer for tractors, hay tools, and light construction equipment. Right now, WT Equipment's got unbeatable October deals. Get 0% for 84 months on Workmaster 35 and 40 tractors, or drive home a Workmaster 25 with payments as low as $169.99 a month. WACC. Visit WT Equipment today and talk to their sales team for all the details. WT Equipment. Equip your future. Elevate your potential.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com. Gaston'sWhiteRiverResort.com.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
So, if Arkansas, big if, capitalize, underline, bold, if Arkansas wins against Auburn and Mississippi State, 2 home games against competition that's not as strong as the last 3, if Arkansas wins the next 2, what should be the next move for this administration?
Nothing.
Is the search over?
No.
Does it continue? What do you do at that point?
Neither team has won an SEC game, and you get them both at home.
Okay. I'm just asking it's the Morning Rush Daily question. It's not the Morning Rush Daily opinion. I'm not it's a question, Ty. These are questions that in barbershops, coffee shops, Sunday schools, all these places, they're talking about things like this. So I'm asking you.
They shouldn't do a thing.
Okay.
And if they name him interim after 2 teams, unless Mississippi State wins this weekend against Texas, they'll have 1 SEC win. But these 2 teams you're playing outside of Kentucky are the worst teams in the Southeastern Conference, paired with you, unfortunately. So, no, in my opinion, you shouldn't do a thing. Like I said, if they beat LSU, Texas, or Missouri, then it's a conversation on the table. I think they're going to be competitive. We've seen it in the last 2 games. But I don't think they should make a move and make him the interim in the bye week, Tommy, if they win these next 2 against the Tigers and the Bulldogs.
And let me just argue, for the sake of argument, crowded marketplace, you're of the feeling that, hey, you win this game Saturday, you may have an opening at Auburn potentially. It's certainly going to move it in that direction. I don't know where Arkansas would be in the pecking order of jobs open. I would think Penn State's 1, Florida's 1A, I would think at this point. I don't know where UCLA really stacks up, and then come the schools like Arkansas and Virginia Tech and some of the others. And then there's going to be openings as other guys take jobs. You don't want to be left standing on the sideline when the music stops. So, I think it's a conversation some people are having. And I'm going to tell you, you can talk about they haven't won a game, these 2 teams ahead of you, but people are going to warm up more and more. Wallets are going to loosen up more and more with W's. You put 2 in a row up, and I think the public sentiment's going to sharply lean towards Bobby because we just crave wins. And if he can provide a couple of wins against one name brand team for sure with Auburn, I know what their record is, but Auburn's a name brand in this conference. Mississippi State, we kind of put there as kind of our cousin in this league. We're very similar. I think you're going to see a sharp shift towards it's time to move towards Bobby. I
What
think
did they
that will be
say?
a big conversation.
What did Rittenberg say you were ranked in the ranking fifth? Yeah, fifth. So if you're fifth in the pecking order
now on October, and just because Adam wrote it doesn't mean it's 100% correct.
That's his opinion.
Yeah, he's got Penn State 1, Florida 2, Oklahoma State 3, and VTech 4. Right, Colton, and Arkansas at 5. So yeah, and Auburn's better job than you. If another SEC job comes open, except Kentucky, it's a better job than yours. So that again, as losses mount in the Southeastern Conference for teams that weren't thought to be in a certain position, maybe in Baton Rouge, maybe in Columbia, and if Auburn loses this weekend, Freeze is getting fired on Sunday. I wish I could put money on that, but there's no one to take that because they know it's true. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's just he's going to get the job almost by default because you won't have anyone else to hire because no one on God's green earth is going to choose Arkansas over Penn State, over Florida, over Auburn. It's just not going to happen. I wish I was wrong about that, but I'm not.
But you have to swing and miss on everybody, though. You have to kick the tires. You have to do your due diligence. You can't just wait around and say, oh, well, we got a head coach right now. Let's just leave him there. No, you have to try. You have to go out there and at least try to get a seat at the table with the big boys.
And what happens, okay, go back to the initial start of the show. What happens if you do that, you swing and miss, and then Petrino, as Tommy was talking about earlier, finds another job? Then you're sitting there holding the bag, and you have no clue what's going to happen in the
Chad
future.
Morris 2.0. That's where you're at. Chad Morris 2.0. So,
all right, let's take.
I just sent you a picture.
Arkansas
I just sent you a picture on
Scott Fountain.
Yeah, well, just sent you a picture on text of me
David.
and former Morning Rush producer David Fuchs. We had dinner last night here in New York, and I told him, I said, hey. When we met on the sidewalk in front of the restaurant, I gave him a hug. I said, hey, it's just two guys in search of a head coach. Because Penn State fan, Arkansas fan, we're both just looking for a head coach right now. So it was a fun few hours just talking football and life and everything else with David.
You know what's interesting about fan bases is I feel like the majority of Arkansas fans would be happy if James Franklin was hired and Penn State was so ready to get rid of him. Like David, the text I received from David about James Franklin, he was so ready for him to be out the door, and a lot of Penn State fans felt that way based on the track record there, which from their vantage point is not good. From our vantage point, I think it is. I know what he is against the top 10 opponents or whatever, but if I would be genuinely disappointed if our fan base didn't like the hire of James Franklin. Not saying that's going to happen, but that's just how I kind of view on that.
Oh, I heard all the good, the bad, and the ugly last night over.
I bet
over
with
pizza.
drinks too.
So it was great. Oh, 100%.
All right,
we're two heartbroken fan bases right now.
We do have some restaurant news that I want to get into as well. I've got that jotted down. That's your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily question. We've got a couple calls and a couple texts that we need to get to here in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Cart Pass Social, my buddies Nate Gearhan, Christian Olson, opened this over a year ago, and it has been humming. I mean, this is the place where you go if you want to have fun with your coworkers, with your friends, your family. This could be an awesome place for a team building exercise if you're a manager and owner in Northwest Arkansas. Go to cartpasssocial.com. TVs everywhere. You got your own bay to play one over 1,000 different golf courses. You don't have to dress up. You can just come in a T-shirt and gym shorts or a sweatshirt since it's getting a little colder now in Northwest Arkansas, and you probably can't golf getting here pretty soon outside. So you want to do it at Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, BYOB at Cart Path Social. All right, let's go Philip up first here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Philip, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Guys, did y'all, two question is, did you get to listen to the interview that DJ Williams did with, what's his name down in Greenwood?
Yeah, what am I playing? Kane. I almost said Cam.
Kane, right.
Yeah,
a
snippet of it.
Right. And then you had, I don't know who does, maybe they did. And did you get to see the interview with the Coaches Podcast with Mitch Mustang?
I did listen to Coach Williams and Brain in the mouth, yes.
Okay. So what, you had Lenny come out and say one thing. You got, the kid, what's his name down in Greenwood saying, oh, I was an Arkansas kid and I grew up playing for Arkansas. But then you have Mitch to come in it totally contradicts everything. He's going, no, you need to bring in Petrino. You don't look at it. He did fast. He wasn't about trying to punch people in the mouth and try to run with those. What is your thought on, you had all these three that's had their point of view. What is y'all's thought kind of listening to all three of the points?
So context, and Philip just gave it there. I've only seen a snippet, but Kane talked about growing up in Arkansas. Kids in Arkansas want to go to Arkansas. He's obviously committed to UCF. The Mitch Mustang, Ben Cleveland interview with Coach Williams, Bray, and the Mouth was just talking about a variety of things, including what's going to happen in this coaching search and whatnot. I think with former players' perspectives are always interesting to me. And Mitch obviously had a tough timeline here and everything that played out in his freshman year and then past that. Tommy, that class was loaded, right? You had the Springdale Five, him, Damian, Ben, was it Zima, and I can't remember the other kid. But you don't,
Webb.
Yeah, you don't always have like that type of talent at one high school, for example, or in a class overall. So you have to, not only do you have to get the kids in state, which Arkansas doesn't like have any really committed right now. You got Prevo and the other Benville kid. There might be one other, but the majority of the in-state top 10s are going elsewhere. You start there and then you go in the bordering states, Louisiana, Texas, Missouri. That's what you got to do.
I believe if Arkansas offered a spot, I know he's committed to UCF, but I'm of the belief that Arkansas offered Kane Archer a place on their roster and gave him a scholarship and decent NIL money, he would be a Razorback. I think the concern from Kane's side, and I'm speaking for myself, not for anyone in their family, that Petrino, he doesn't fit Petrino's mold of he's not 6'4". He's just not the prototypical body type of a Petrino quarterback. But the kid's a winner. He's won his entire life. No one's probably been more prepared through their entire childhood, adolescence, junior high, and high school years to play at that level than this kid. His family has done a tremendous job of giving him every opportunity. His brother is playing at UCA and might have a chance to go elsewhere through the portal. But I'm of the belief that if Arkansas came with an offer, he'd be a Razorback. That's my opinion. I don't think under Petrino that may happen just because he's not, he's 6 foot, 6'1", he's not 6'4", 6'5", and that's what Petrino likes. He's got the arm talent. He's got the ability to scramble and run with the ball, and he's one of the best players in this state right now. I'd love to see the kid get a chance to be a Razorback.
And you get, in, like you said, the portal with Cash. I mean, Arkansas didn't get Ryan initially, and there wasn't necessarily a portal back then, Ryan Mallett. You didn't get Landon Jackson. You didn't get Drew Sanders. I'm just thinking about recent players. There's an opportunity always for kids to come back home if you miss on them or you don't get them the first time. Will he end up leaving Orlando for Fayetteville? I have no idea what his timeline looks like, but at least it's a possibility in the future.
There's got to be an opportunity. That's got to be a two-way street. Right now, Arkansas has not shown the kind of interest. Yeah, he's made recruiting visits, and yeah, there's been conversations, but it's kind of went the way of the Lindsey kid, Drake Lindsey, as well. It just hasn't. He hadn't been their guy, and I'd like to see that be a little bit different. Hey, the Inn at the Mill's the place to stay if you're coming up this weekend, or maybe your plans have shifted because of rain for a high school game or whatever it is. Or maybe, hey, I've got a business trip to Northwest Arkansas in a few weeks. Wherever you're listening, the Inn at the Mill's the place to stay. 479-443-1800 is the number. I just call because Jennifer or one of the lovely people answering the phone will take care of your reservation. Once you're in their system, man, the next stay and the stays after that are easy. When we book rooms there, it's just it's a pleasure to call. You don't get stuck in the phone tree and all this nonsense. National Reservation Desk, they just take care of you. 479-443-1800. Friendly folks, great rooms, great location. The Inn at the Mill, online at innatthemill.com.
We're going to chat with Tom Murphy about this upcoming matchup with Auburn next.
Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with RUSH25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Hardee's invites you to fill your days with a little more handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch biscuits, baked fresh every 15 minutes. Crispy chicken tenders made with hand-breaded care. 100% Angus beef patties, freshly charbroiled, built to order. And warm smiles every day, from sunrise to supper time. Because at Hardee's, there's always goodness in the making. Exclusions may apply by time of day.
Whether it's torque, horsepower, or just extreme work, diesel trucks do their job. But when your diesel truck needs maintenance or repair, it's time to head to Extreme Diesel. Everything from standard maintenance to extreme repairs, including injector testing. Extreme Diesel delivers. They have the tools and service for your Cummins, Duramax, or Power Stroke. You trust your truck to deliver on your needs, and you can trust your truck at Extreme Diesel. 6630 Alma Highway between Van Buren and Alma. Check them out on Facebook or give them a call at 651-3363. They're bilingual.
Now offering CP4 solutions for both Chevy and Ford, as well as heavy-duty diesel repair and diagnostics.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be right around the mid to upper 70s. Later on tonight, an increase in the clouds, possibly seeing a shower or two late and overnight, low upper 40s to low 50s, and then a chance of some showers, especially across the north, highs near 60, upper 60 south. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'd like to take an opportunity. Woo! To blow the whistle.
The most Arkansas thing ever would be we're going to mess around and look for another coach because we got people that don't want to hire Bobby Petrino. And then while we can't find anyone to take the job because we think everyone's going to be interested in our job, Bobby Petrino takes another job elsewhere. And then you're behind square zero. You're not just at square one, you're behind square zero. So that's what you can't do is screw this thing up where you mess around, you don't show at least some support for Petrino, then he bolts and takes a head coaching job, maybe in a group of five, a place like a Memphis if a Silverfield left. He's not going to stick here to be an OC, and you can't let him waver too long. You better have a sense of where you're going, or you'll end up with Bobby Petrino coaching somewhere else, and you won't have him in your hip pocket.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. With Ty Richardson.
Just so stupid on my part.
And Tommy Kraft.
We don't have Coke Zero, sir. We got Diet Coke.
And produced by Colton Little.
It's literally like drinking TV static.
This is The Morning Rush.
I'm drinking a coconut cream coffee because we don't have any plain coffee. You still drinking on that Coke Zero? You done yet?
I've got it right here. We got to get you a screen in front of it. I mean, Colton didn't have the screen up yet, but yeah, I've got my my little red can of
nice
America's favorite sugar-free soda.
Coke Zero is pretty
Coke
good.
Coke Zero.
I like Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar.
No, that's no good.
What else is there? I can't say I've ever had Pepsi's version of their Zero Sugar or whatever. You had the diets for whatever. What happened? Were people just like, these diets don't taste any good, so you need to get us another version of this?
They're bad for you.
Constantly evolve.
They're bad
for you.
Diet.
Yeah. I'm sure Coke Zero. Coke Zero just tastes better than Diet Coke. That's the bottom line.
I don't disagree with that. I would rather have a normal Coke. The best Coke is the Coke out of the glass bottles. There's the real sugar cane, the good kind. The good kind.
Yeah.
I want that going in my arteries. I want that going into places it shouldn't. That's the good type of Coke.
And then put a bag of peanuts in it. Even better.
Delicacy, right?
Feel like I'm in the barber shop when I was a kid. They had the glass bottles. You get the peanuts in them. It was. Now, there's a walk down memory lane. Hey, Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue, they're going to have a very unique wine and tequila pairing coming up October 27th. So a few days, you can make your reservations. The best of both worlds, tequila and wine paired with Chef Jazz's own creations from the kitchen. This is a great pairing. You're going to find several of your favorite brands. Don Julio is there with their risotto. Also, Juggernaut Sonoma Coast Chardonnays. Don Julio 1942. The Juggernaut Hillside Cabernet. And also the Don Julio 70, all part of their 5 courses that you'll get with this wine and tequila pairing that's coming up. They got a new fall menu you can check out. Plus, in addition to these great events, I think it's just an awesome place to hang out in the afternoon, go to the patio, unwind. We are certainly in patio weather again. It's all at Uncorked, Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's. With the rain this weekend, maybe after the Hog game on Saturday, it's date night for you or something. Uncorked. Go to uncorkedthefort.com. Make your reservations for this weekend at Uncorked, Phoenix Avenue, next to Sody's in Fort Smith.
Well, we're going to, spend most of the time, or the majority of the time, I guess you would say, on their starter, the guy that's been playing for them and their schemes and what they do with him. And obviously, we went back and look at who's sharing reps with them and have to have an idea of, his ability, what his strengths are, what his inexperience is, and have a plan for both.
That was Bobby Petrino yesterday on the SEC teleconference talking about the potential quarterbacks that he could see in this upcoming game. We bring in Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, Hugh Freeze on Monday talked about maybe seeing a quarterback, or I say maybe practicing quarterbacks, first-team reps, Jackson Arnold, Ashton Daniels this week. Do we see both QBs in this game Saturday? Is that just gamesmanship on his part?
I think it's basically a warning to Jackson Arnold that, apparently he started the last couple of games pretty hot, but then he's missed some reads and what have you, and it's just a warning. If you don't produce, we might go to the next guy. And then on Wednesday, he opened it up further to a kid named Deuce. I think his last name might be Alexander, who's going to get first team or is going to get more reps this week in practice as well. So I don't think it could be a slight bit of gamemanship, but I also believe it's, kind of a warning to his team. If we don't move the ball offensively like we think we can, then we're going to try other alternatives because we're looking for every avenue we can to be successful.
Arkansas doesn't have a quarterback issue. They've got other issues, but certainly not there. Taylor Green leads college football in total offense. He's 1 yard shy of 2,500. Bobby Petrino was making sure that the crowd on hand at Razorback Football Live gave him credit last night. Tom, what have you seen from Taylor that he's taken such a jump, especially in SEC games from last year to this year?
Well, it's what we wrote about during the camp and everything was the more time you have with Bobby Petrino, the more you're in school. And he also talked about that a little bit last night as well, that, you learn to study tape with more intent. You learn to see what defenses are tipping to you. You understand your schemes better, especially on option routes, things like that. If you're on the same page with your receiver, then you can be somewhat unstoppable. So I think it's all those things that have played into it. Plus, I'm going to tell y'all, when this is all said and done, I think Taylor Green is going to be thought of as one of the best, not only quarterbacks, but just guys. He's a super kid, a great leader, and I think Arkansas has been all the better for having him on campus.
Yeah, we got to figure out some way. Let's sue the NCAA. Let's do something to get him another year. Because I think that if you could hang on to a quarterback like that, maybe a new coach, it'd be pretty attractive to have him, but that's probably wishful thinking. Tom, I do believe Arkansas hasn't shown a ton of wrinkles this year so far, and certainly since Petrino's taken over. Do you think this might be the week when you really feel like, hey, a play here or there in a very tight game against a much more even opponent? This might be the week that Petrino pulls out some wrinkles we haven't seen yet?
That's a great question. I mean, obviously, their offensive package will be tailored to every game, and it's risky to try to pull a bunch of, say, new defensive stuff if the guys don't understand it or can play fast enough. But I think it's special teams. I've actually thought about this a good bit. That Sam had the fake field goal against Alabama that went for a touchdown. He had a big fake against A&M that went for a long run, and another nice special teams fake too. It was against LSU. That it was a long field goal and turned it into a shorter field goal, but they converted it. So I think those have probably always been in the bag, and the circumstances haven't allowed it. There was one time last week against A&M, I thought maybe the first field goal, it was fourth and goal. Anyway, there was one point where I thought they might do a fake field goal here. And so I know they probably have had those, but just haven't felt the circumstances were right. But special teams is where I think we might see that most likely.
How does the weather forecast affect a couple of things this weekend? Fans and the attendance? I mean, even with the delay last week, there were over 73,000 in the stadium, according to the attendance number. I don't know if it's quite that strong, but it was a strong vocal crowd. How does it affect the crowd, and how do you think the weather on Saturday may affect the game itself?
Right. Well, I heard you talking about the weather Tuesday, and I meant to go look it up. Last week, I was more clued in on this one has the potential to get moved. You know, there were thunderstorms and high percentage. This one I have not looked into yet, but they're certainly worth, you know, they're certainly used to the drill, having the game move 2 hours. And honestly, that was based on the Notre Dame experience and the state of the team. I thought last week was phenomenal, that there were that many people there for that long, that engaged in the game. And as Petrino said Wednesday night, he thinks it impacted the players. And all the players have been talking about it all week, too. They know the fans have their back. They know they're this close to getting over the hump, just like Auburn is. But in terms of gameplay, I guess it would be the factors we talked about last week. Who has better ball security? Whose run game could be more productive? That would, to me, that would be edge Arkansas, but ball security probably edge Auburn. So I don't know. I'm going to dive more into percentage of chance of rain when we get off the phone.
Well, right now I'm just looking at, for whatever the Apple weather app is worth, it's supposed to start raining in Fayetteville around 10 a.m. on Friday morning, and it every hour has a pretty good chance of rain all the way through Sunday at around noon. So, I mean, but none of it looks severe. It's just moderate and light rain for about a day and a half.
Wow. It sounds like a sloppy track for sure, but not the kind of stuff that has thunderstorms that could delay or postpone your game like the Ole Miss game back in about 2010 or whatever. So I think both teams will be well ready for wet ball stuff.
That's a way that you back in the past on that. Tom Murphy with this whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, I don't know if you saw Adam Rinberg coming out with the current job openings in college football and where each of them rank. He has the Razorbacks at 5th, behind not only Penn State and Florida, he also has them behind Oklahoma State and Virginia Tech. In your opinion, is Arkansas a better job than the Big 12 and ACC school that it's going up against?
Well, it all depends on what factors you involve. If it's coaches' pay and all that, then Arkansas would probably stack above those two. But I think Adam is probably ranking them on things like access to the playoff and, I don't know, the current situation, the level of fan discontent, and, how quickly you might be able to build back up. So Arkansas, clearly, I mean, there's a lot of things in Arkansas's favor, like the conference you play in, the salary you can make, access to players in the portal and stuff. But they're up against a bunch of SEC teams who just have historically spent more money and things like that. So I haven't done the rankings, but if I was to do it, I would probably slot Arkansas over Oklahoma State simply based on what I just talked about.
And Tom, on that subject, Auburn's, I think, going to come open. We'll see if another job does as well. When this continues to happen across college football, like how much does that help Petrino, who's vying for the current city head coach position, likely get that job as his jobs continue to pop open?
Right. That's a great question. And that's obviously something that everyone who covers the team or is a fan of the team has thought about. And I've certainly seen people weighing in strongly on social media. Some just won't have it. I've talked to people who are like, well, how could they do that after what happened in 2012? Well, I mean, when you look at coaches' standards, I mean, Hugh Freeze has been in big trouble, right? I mean, so it's like college football is about hiring coaches who can attract winning players and win games. And Bobby Petrino has expressed his contrition. So I think with the powers that be, perhaps they would consider this. But I don't think you can do it by winning only one game the rest of the way. And honestly, they might want to win two. But for early returns, I would say that the way he's kept the team together, composed, and played 2 3-point games against teams that were ranked in the top 12 at the time they played them, bodes well in his favor. And like I said Tuesday, so many factors involved. Who's available, what it will cost them, who you could retain. I mean, think about K.J. Jackson if he's your quarterback of the future, what's the best way to keep him on campus? Because quarterbacks are so important in whether you're going to win or lose games. So many, many factors. But for Petrino, I think they need to win probably both of these home games and then try to get one down the stretch, maybe even Missouri. But also, what we think of LSU and Texas right now compared to what we thought preseason, I think those teams have some vulnerabilities, and there's a chance Arkansas could pull a shocker on the road too.
Tom, we'll leave it there, man. Good stuff as always. We'll see what happens this weekend. We'll chat on Tuesday, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, Tom Murphy. And that's a great point by Tom to end the interview there, Tommy. Like, if you're an Arkansas fan, and yes, the Auburn Tigers lie ahead in 2 days, but when you look ahead to Baton Rouge and Texas on the 15th and the 22nd, you're not scared of Garrett Nussmeier in that offense. You're definitely not scared of Arch Manning in that offense. You might be of both defenses and what they have on that side of the football, but I can't see those being blowouts the way that those teams have played offensively this year.
Yeah, I like opportunity that lies ahead, and I think if you can find a way at home to win these next two, I'm with you. You'll win one of the last three.
Mm-hmm.
It won't get you to a bowl game, but you're going to have some confidence. You're going to have some swagger back. This team has not had any in the last 5 games, and they're playing with a little more confidence since the head coaching change. So winning is going to do nothing but maybe give them more confidence even against ranked opponents to maybe go get something done. All right, Tom with us, brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, 2 locations. They've been in Salisal for over a year now, been in Fort Smith for a while. 13 years plus of experience for Jackie to help you through anything that might be an issue right now, whether it's family law, whether it's a contract or business issue, whether it's a will or an estate, or if you've been involved in a criminal matter and you need representation in the courts before you go to court, or need someone to deal with the prosecuting or district attorney and represent you. Jackie's got lots of experience, and no matter what you found yourself in, we all have mishaps in life. We all have mistakes we've made. We all find ourselves in the wrong spot. Jackie's there to help get you through that. MockLegalSolutions.com. That's MockLegalSolutions.com, or call 479-769-1505.
That is the leading total offensive player in the country right back there, Taylor Green. You ought to give him a hand.
I want you to think about this. So we all know how prolific, how dynamite, incredible that Ryan Mallett-led offense was in 2010. And this team still has 5 SEC games remaining. We'll see what the statistics bear out on that. But, Tommy, this team is basically averaging 30 yards more per game. And we see, like, my biggest thing on Taylor in the offseason was like, okay, he didn't really do anything against viable SEC opponents. And he's gone in and given his team a chance to win in every single game against Tennessee, Texas A&M, and Ole Miss. Like, I don't think any of us would chalk up a loss to Taylor Green in those games. Did he play phenomenal against Tennessee with those fumbles? No, but he gave them a chance to win. They are average, and it helps like the offensive line continuity. Like Petrino was talking about it last night. Tom wrote about it in Whole Hog Sports. That unit in 2010, they started the same 13 games. Knock on wood, as Petrino was kind of doing this week. This unit, as good as they've been, have started the same 5 guys for 7 games. So you just hope. We always talk about like depth with Arkansas. You hope that bears and stays the rest of the way, because this offense really has been unbelievable, not just this year, but when you compare it to some of the best Razorback offenses of all time.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a shame you didn't have a serviceable defense to go along with it, because probably the fate of your program, the direction you're on now, would be so much different. And I'm of the belief that the root of all this is still just the inability to go secure enough players. I think they put all their eggs in the offensive basket when it came to portal and players and improving that offensive line, and we're seeing the benefits of that. They just didn't have enough eggs for a second basket on defense, and it's changed the course of the season. It's changed the course of careers, and where we're going to be headed for 2026 for sure.
Well, it's kind of like here. You spent all your money on the morning show, and you skipped on a mid-morning show host. So you invested in the afternoon and the midday, and then you're left with the bleep in the mid mornings. Is always like the Look at Paul's in Pea Ridge this morning.
Thank
Paul,
God
go
for Colton.
Yeah, Paul, go ahead, man. You're on the morning rush.
Oh, how are you guys?
Good, buddy.
Well, I'm going to bring up some things here, and I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but this is just the way it is. With Petrino, he's never been a big defensive person. I don't think he cares about defense. He's got his mind on offense. And then the second problem he got, he has no morals. He left there in a mess. Everywhere he's been a mess. Look, if you ever get a chance, watch the biography on him. Ain't nobody says anything good about this man. Why do we want him the face of our program? Hire a coach that's got some morals that can be the face, and the kids will come. Mothers right now know what he has did. They're going to take their kids and do something else unless it's money. And it probably is money. But they better have a bunch of it. And if they hire Petrino, we're going to get right back in 2 or 3 years in the same mess we're in right now. And he'll probably jack it up some way.
Why do you feel that way?
I'm a solid person. I feel like, like I said, every place he's been, he's did something stupid. Ain't handled things right. And a zebra never changes its stripes. That's just the way it is.
Have you ever done anything stupid? Because I've done a lot of things stupid. You ever done anything stupid?
I have, but I haven't done anything stupid like he has, out messing with women.
What has he done? What stupid things has he done in the last 5 years?
Well, what did he do? Back up and say, let's start off back here. What did he do when he come here? How did he handle the deal with the Falcons? How'd that go down?
It was in 2007, 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tommy's asking about the last 5 years, Paul.
Yeah, I mean,
but you have to carry the whole package. You guys just want to carry one part of the package. Back up and look at the man's history.
Paul, that's the equivalent of, hold on. Paul, that's the equivalent of me telling you how you acted as a adolescent and in high school, that I should judge you on that now. Do you think you're the same person that you were when you were 18, 19, 20, 21 years old as you are now?
I was raised a little different. We was raised with some morals. This is not about kids being stupid. This is about an adult. He's an adult. He was an adult when he acted stupid, and he got caught. And he should have been fired. And he should have never been back here, period. He shouldn't have been back. You just don't do that kind of stuff. And expect
so you don't believe in grace and forgiveness. You don't believe in grace and forgiveness.
When you're doing adultery, no. No, I do not. No, sir. That's just the way I feel about it. And I'll promise you, just watch. If they hire him, we'll be a laughing stock. We're already talked about right now.
So
I'll promise.
Paul, let me ask, okay, so I will give you this. The only reason we're even considering foregoing his past is because we think he could potentially win football games. I will give you that 100%. But you mentioned the laughing stock. You realize they have like a top 5 scoring offense in college football right now, and he's the architect of that.
I will agree with that. I agree 100%. Okay. But I agree with that 100%. But here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Do you want to is this all about wins? Is this about scores? Is this about how many yards we get? Are we going to have a little morals involved in this?
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you.
Where everybody's lost sight.
Do you consider Sam Pittman a moral person? Since that's the card you keep playing, do you consider him a moral person?
I'm gonna say this. He's a long way more moral than Bobby Petrino will ever be.
Do you think it matters, considering he didn't know how to win football games at the end of his tenure?
I think you have to pick which side of the ball you want to be on. I think if you're a moral person, you come out, that the wins will come. I really think that. If you don't, then you get what you get. I don't see all the hype about the man. I really don't. And I believe in forgiving a little bit, but just not what he did.
Infidelity is the final straw, it sounds like.
You bet. And here's the other side of it. He has never, even when he was at Arkansas, he never had what I call a top-notch defense. Because he always, like you guys said a while ago, he likes to put them eggs all in that basket on that offense. And if you're going to do that, try to play SEC football, you're probably going to get your tail beat, because you better have you a defense. So that's just kind of where I'm at. And I hate it that I've made you guys mad, but that's just the way I feel.
You made us mad.
No.
We're not mad at all.
Listen, I'm never going to turn off the phone.
Just having a discussion.
This is fine. I don't think he's the answer. Paul, but I'm not going because of the moral aspect. I'm going to be honest, bro. College football coaches' morals don't go hand in hand most of the time.
Morality is not on.
When I think Paul, when I think of the best college football coaches to ever grace this earth, morals do not always coincide with some of the legends that have coached in this sport.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. And here's your prime example. Just like Saturday, we've got two immoral coaches playing each other.
The infidelity bowl.
You Freeze ain't no better than Bobby Petrino. How he did his recruit by bringing the hookers in for the boys. He's no better. I'm not saying I'm a Christian person by a long way. Don't take that out of hand. I would like to see us get a coach that can win, but I would like to see the face of the program put up back to standard. And right now, we don't have no standards. Because when he was hired back as an offensive coordinator, our standards went back out the window. And I don't know why. And I'll say this. I think that was Pittman's downfall. 1. 2, I don't know if there's enough money at this university to put a football team together. I just don't know. I wonder about it after what the AD said. Maybe the AD needs to go. Maybe that's the other flip side of the story. But I won't take any more of your time up, and I thank you guys.
Paul, appreciate
thanks for
it.
the call.
Lewis Automotive Group hotline 877-377-6963. Tommy, go ahead.
Yeah, Paul. And hey, listen, Paul's opinion, he's not alone on that. He's not, and there is a faction of our fan base that does feel that way. So, I mean, while you may or may not agree, and I don't agree with everything Paul said, there are people that are in that camp with him that have that view of it, that evangelical view.
Someone texted in, was that Jessica Durrell's dad? Oh, my God.
Well, why did you read the text then?
You laughed at it. Stop.
You don't have any morals, Ty. You reading that text, you have no morals. Ty, you need a hot tub, I guess. We'll get you a hot tub. Burton Pools and Spas has the warehouse clearance sale going on. You can get in your hot tub and have no morals over there. That'd be just perfect for you. Whether you're seeking relaxation, quality time with family, Burton Pools and Spas has got you covered with a hot spring spa, the #1 selling brand with over 100 hot tubs that are in stock now, ready for delivery, and they're on sale. In fact, hot tubs start at just $39.99 with payments as low as $53 a month. Visit Burton Pools and Spas warehouse clearance sale. It's going on now. Burton Pools and Spas, Fort Smith, Greenland, Hot Springs, and Springdale, and online at burtonpools.com.
We got to hit a break. SEC update. When we come back, that was a thought. More of that coming up when we return.
Or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
Comes over the sideline, jumps up on top of the table, is going like this to the crowd. And I said, hey, man, act like you've done this before. He said, Coach, I've never done this before.
This is the Morning Rush. If the 25th is the silver anniversary and the 50th is gold, what's the 75th? Well, that's the fresh beef, onions, pickles, lettuce, tomatoes, fries, and drink anniversary. Everybody knows that. Get the #1 water meal for $7.50 in honor of our 75th anniversary. A meal like that is the way you're supposed to celebrate a 75th. The Whataburger 75th Meal Deal. Whataburger, what a deal. For a limited time at participating locations.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet. Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Contractors, you've got jobs to win and customers to impress. That's why you choose Luxair HVAC systems, built for performance, efficiency, and reliability. And at J&B Supply, we've had your back since 1968. We're a local family-owned distributor that treats our customers like family too, with the products, expertise, and service you need to get the job done right. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is.
Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally it's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Tommy, I was going through my brother's Facebook page because he and one of his cute high school friends dressed up as Bobby Petrino and Jessica Durrell back in the day, and unfortunately I cannot find it. I'm going to try and find this and send this to you because it's pretty funny. How many? I was thinking about this.
They were the only ones to ever do that.
I was going to say this is this next weekend. How prominent is that costume going to make a comeback this week? I would guess there's going to be a lot of it.
You've got a whole people that are young enough to dress up for the most part. I know there's some in my generation that'll still go to Halloween parties and all that. But how old were? If you're 30, you're 30. Yeah. How old were you during all that? You were 12.
Yeah, what was that? High school?
13?
Yeah, high school.
I don't know. So, I don't know. It, have fun with it. If that's what you think makes you laugh and other people laugh, go for it, I guess.
Kevin, Mark, Mongo, hold on. We'll get to your calls on Lewis Automotive Group Hotline coming up. We
fired him up here, haven't we?
Paul got him going.
All right, let's get through this real quick, and we'll do that.
Campbell's out as of the SEC injury report last night. Saw the stat he's played started 25 consecutive games. Also, Auburn lost their starting center, Connor Liu, towards ACL in the Missouri game for the season. So a couple key players out for this upcoming game between the Tigers and the Razorbacks.
All right, so that's something to keep an eye on. These injury reports are something we got to set your calendar by more to keep an eye on these things. So
Tony Vitello heading to San Francisco to coach the Giants. It's apparently the highest first-year manager salary in the history of the MLB. According to Kendall Rogers, A&M's been courting him the last couple of years to try and get to come to College Station. He stayed in Knoxville. So that's happening. Don't have to worry about Tennessee. When I read this, and I also saw that Kevin O'Sullivan is taking a leave of absence from Florida. The Red Sea is partying for DVH to win its first. I just need a scandal to happen to Jay Johnson and Baton Rouge, and hopefully Arkansas can, avoid some SEC powers on the way to their first ever national championship in baseball.
Georgia too. Georgia's really good.
Wes Johnson.
Hopefully Matt Hobbs stays put. I think he's going to be a candidate for some of these jobs. I mean, he's well thought of, and it wouldn't be the first time Tennessee's dipped into a former DVH assistant to fill their spot.
Matt's, I guess, Missouri alum? Is that what? Yeah, and coached at Wake Forest. I wonder if he's like holding out for what he thinks he could get the Arkansas job, or if he, like what you said, with the Tennessee job coming open. I don't think the Florida job is. It was kind of just a weird headline that he's taking a leave of absence due to some personal matters.
And the timing of it with Vitello's announcement, too.
Yeah, like both in one day. And we don't talk SEC baseball much on October the 23rd, but I thought both were worth bringing up. All right, let's push some of the other stuff back since we got calls, Tommy.
All right, real quick, Pradco, made here in Arkansas, the Booyah Bait Company. The hottest swimming jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster, designed by the Muddy Water Mob in Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Lake Dardanelle, Kerr Lake. It does it time in, time out. So if you're fishing submerged or matted grass, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Find it at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma. It's the Booyah Mobster.
Kevin's up first. Kevin, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush. Kevin was up first. Let's go to Mongo in Huntsville. Mongo, go ahead.
Can you hear me okay?
We can. What's up?
Kind of hills. I just had a few comments on the Trino deal like that guy was talking about. If we hadn't hired him because of morals and all, I could understand it, but we've already hired him, so we forgave him, and we'd be stupid to get rid of him now. And I'm afraid he'll go to Auburn if we don't keep him. And as far as him being Pittman's downfall, like that guy said a while ago, I guess we didn't want to have one of the best offenses in the nation. He's definitely not Pittman's downfall. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And if God and his wife can forgive him, I can forgive him, and I hope we keep him. Thanks, guys.
Oh, man. Mark's in Centerton. Mark, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, guys. How's it going this morning?
Good, buddy.
Hey, is Bobby the man for the job? Who knows? But the thing of it is I know this ain't a Bible show or anything like that, but God forgave everybody in the Bible, so why can't we forgive? I mean, we don't know what Bobby may have asked for forgiveness, guys. So anyway, that's my thought. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Why do we need to forgive him? He didn't do anything to me or you or anyone listening. Unless his wife and family's listening. I don't understand why it's up to any of us to harbor any kind of resentment or, he didn't wrong any of us that I'm aware of. He embarrassed our football program, but it isn't our place to, give. If we give forgiveness, that's great, but it's not our. We weren't involved, So I still wonder why fans feel like, they're owed an apology or something. He's given that. He's been contrite. He's done it for a number of years now.
I would say the 2 points, like the embarrassment, and then what I would add is you put the university potentially in what could have been a lawsuit situation, and then on top of that, you felt like that. I'm just saying that's what people think.
Well,
you wanted an answer.
They'll make it right. A lot of people, there's also people think the world's flat too. That don't make them right.
And the other thing was that was the start of the downfall of your football program. And he doesn't deserve all the blame for that, but it started with him and that decision. And he was thinking with the wrong head. So that's what people were mad at. I harboring those feelings 13 years later, I don't.
Says more about you. If you're still angry and upset about that, says more about you than him.
Well, the only reason that you're even considering like looking past all that is because you think he can win football games, right? Is there another reason why you would consider Bobby Petrino?
Well, why would I consider anyone that couldn't win football games? Why would any candidate? Isn't that like checkbox? Isn't that the check mark number one? Can this guy win football games? My God. Do we really need to have a conversation about that? What candidate? I mean, is there a candidate you'd like to hire that you don't know if they can win football games? I mean, get out of here.
I didn't know you'd get so hostile.
Well, I mean, well, we think you can win football games. Well, I mean, who do you want to hire that you don't think? Why do we keep saying that? That's dumb.
Here's the point I'm trying to make. If it was another position, like a professor position, a chancellor position, or something else, this is not a conversation we're having. What I'm saying
is the head football coach.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying, that you were not as like forgiving on something like that for an academic position or whatever else. That's the point I was trying to make. You don't have to.
Well, I'm just saying if we're even considering someone that can't win football games, we've got a bigger problem. So I mean, if winning football games isn't like the rhetorical question number one, then I don't know what we're doing here.
Season Lavaca on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. C, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I got a question for y'all about the offensive-minded stuff is what everybody keeps talking about.
Okay.
It's about if somebody's offensive-minded, does that not mean they can read defenses? And if they can read defenses really well, why would they not have a decent defense too?
Well, I agree with everything you're saying. Because Bobby, back in the day, was able to go in and make halftime adjustments with the defense and get them right. And I agree. I think great offensive coordinators could run a defense just as effectively. I think it's all about players right now. You just don't have the horses. I mean, you got, and no disrespect to the players, that they just didn't spend the money, and this roster of players is not equipped to compete at an SEC level. That's my opinion.
And I hate to beat the dead horse with that Texas A&M game. There was a 4th and 1 play where the guy from Texas A&M ran into the back of one of his offensive players. Well, the number 0, I don't know what his name is, he actually, if you watch the video, he's actually grabbing the wrong guy, and that running back goes right around him. He's tugging on the wrong guy, trying to pull him backwards. That's just the way the season has been going. So
I think it's booed.
I mean, they had to stop.
Yeah, making my point. I mean, if you had the budget to get the best players in this part of the country to come play, you probably wouldn't be making those kind of mistakes.
Austin's in Missouri. Austin, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. Hey, I grew up. I was in high school when everything happened when Coach Petrino was here years ago. And I'm a big Coach Petrino fan and would love to see him back. And I hate to ask the question because I don't like being negative about what could be. But I'm curious what y'all's thoughts are on how Bobby Petrino would do. I think X's and O's he'd do great, but in this world of NIL with being a fundraiser and having to get these players for lots and lots of money, do you see that him translating to this era of football?
Okay, well, let's ask the question with the current offense right now. So they pluck guys from, Montana State with Rohan. You had Charlotte, Omega, Blake. Look at one of the best offenses in college football where he's gotten talent from, which is basically non-Power 4 schools, and how he's transformed them into one of the best SEC offenses and one of the best in all of college football.
Yeah,
so the
wasn't the question. The question is, can he raise the money? The question is, can he get the money? Can he embrace that role of the job? I think that's changed some with rev share. The coach is still going to have to be involved in that, and this GM role and how that all gets divided up and who's really got the final say is still interesting. I think your head coaches are still going to have the final say, but question's valid because the reason he wanted to be an OC is why. So he didn't have to deal with all that nonsense. Didn't have to deal with players coming into your office. I think a lot of it's not the fundraising coaches really hate. They don't love that part. Ty, they don't want their third string defensive tackle coming in there every 4 weeks saying, "Hey, I need more money. Or I'm leaving. I'm getting in the portal." And that's where coaches' time was getting sucked up. Is hey, they always felt like they were negotiating with their current roster. You take that off, the GM now Remy Cofield now handles all that.
All right, let's see. Jameson's in Fayetteville. Jameson, go ahead, man. All right, let's try Tiger Bait. Tiger Bait, good morning.
Tiger Bait! Baton Rouge, Louisiana, also known as Title Town. 2 national championships in baseball since 2023. 2 Heisman Trophy winners since 2019. You talk about us, you hate us, but you want to be just like us. What you got, man?
You called us.
That's your job.
Hey,
Right?
Jay Johnson has Bible study in the locker room with the players. Unless he pulls a Jimmy Swaggart and ends up with a whore on a prostitute in Baton Rouge Hotel, we're going for number 9 and 26, baby.
All right, back to baseball. Thanks, Tiger Bait. I would love to have 2 Heisman Trophy winners. I will say there's a stat on the Heisman Trophy winner thing. So Arkansas's offense, Tommy, I'm going to this. Carter Bryant had this. He's an El Dorado guy that does a lot of breakdowns. Arkansas's, like, statistically is a top 7 offense in yards per play the last 10 years. And the only difference is the other teams you're up against, like Joe Burrow, LSU, Jaden Daniels, LSU, and some of the others. Yeah. Those guys have, like, Heisman Trophy winners and then teams that went on to win the national championship. So you're offensively not only just SEC-wise, but you're one of the best in the last decade or so across the board.
All right, let's put a pin in it there. We'll come back and take another call or two if we have time. We're brought to you by Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's #1 sports betting app. With football season back, there's a new customer offer. You can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Once you deposit, you're automatically enrolled in the promotion, and you'll receive a second chance on each of your first bets. If it doesn't go your way the first 10 days, up to $100 a day for $1,000. 10% profit boost on qualifying parlays. Funding your account's never been easier to put money in or withdraw as well. Bet with Arkansas's #1 sports betting app. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. We'll keep the Lewis Automotive Group hotline going. You can call, and we'll take those calls here over the next few minutes of the show. Real quick, before we go, Gaston's, I know you maybe have read some things about regulation changes on the White River. At Gaston's White River Resort, they are up. They are running. Don't let anyone tell you that, hey, fishing's closed down. You can't fish on the White River. That is not true. There have been some changes temporarily in the fishing regulations regarding the daily limit on trout. It's been eliminated for 120 days, and we're in the midst of that now. Just to correct a problem they've had with one of the hatcheries and make sure the fishery and the fish habitat there is strong and healthy. So Gaston's can still take you fishing. The fun is catching. It's not keeping. And you can still have all the fun you want when you go fishing on the White River, one of the real treasures in our state. 870-431-5202 is the number. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
Deep corner route, got a man wide open, complete. Jones at the 25, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas, 62 yards.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Hardee's invites you to fill your days with a little more handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch biscuits, baked fresh every 15 minutes. Crispy chicken tenders made with hand-breaded care. 100% Angus beef patties, freshly charbroiled, built to order. And warm smiles every day, from sunrise to supper time. Because at Hardee's, there's always goodness in the making. Exclusions may apply by time of day.
Bow season is underway, and the Arkansas Alternative Firearms season opens October 16th. Jelco Outdoors has all your muzzleloading and straight wall cartridge supplies. Check out the CBA Scout, Bronchi, Ruger, Savage, Tikka, and Winchester straight wall rifles in calibers 350 Legend, 4570 Gov, 360 Buckhammer, and 400 Legend. Jelco has the largest selection of hunting clothing, footwear, and hunting supplies in the River Valley. Get ready to go deer hunting at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Valley Family Dental Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms. Provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental. 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental. 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077.
It's football season, and that means tailgate parties and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Less than 2 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts, Peter. I don't know what they're going to do. Down 3 and way out of field goal range. Truly an unlucky state to be in.
This state has plenty of luck. Last year, 8 Arkansans each won $1 million off a lottery ticket.
State as in a state of being, not...
Whoa, touchdown Razorbacks. Did you?
This is winning, folks. Every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps fund college scholarships. You could be the next big winner. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Number you give every.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was her first ball game with my wife, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104.
Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You gotta go with somebody. At least I go with a winner.
Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Crack.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Hey, it started at 10 o'clock this morning. Jam Mart on Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, Customer Appreciation Day. Really, it's been going on all week because they've been doing the 99-cent sausage biscuits since Monday. Those are also good for tomorrow as well. Right now, 99-cent menu with Crispitos, corn dogs, and more. They brought by some chicken tenders yesterday that are fantastic.
Delicious.
They're big. We got some potato logs as well. Discounted gas going on until 2 o'clock, so maybe your tank's halfway empty or maybe it's all the way empty. Stop by Jam Mart on Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. They're drawing for a gas card today as well. So take advantage of everything going on at Jam Mart, Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith till 2 o'clock today. All right, let's try to get through these. Jameson's in Fayetteville. Jameson, go ahead, man. You're on the Morning Rush.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, fire away.
All right, so with this whole coaching decision, Petrino, he's proved himself quite a bit. You know, he's a great offensive mind. But at the end of the day, do we really think he's the guy that's going to rally the troops?
I think that's what everyone wants to know.
I'm not sold on it just yet. This Auburn game's not going to say much. I don't think Auburn's as powerful as they once were. They're not really looking good in the coaching situation like ourselves. It's really not a game that means a lot, even if it's a win or a loss, I would say. I'd say it'd put Petrino on a hot seat if he lost. But I think the biggest concern is we really need to talk about this James Franklin situation. The guy is a proven winner.
Yeah, okay, I thought you were done. Jameson, thanks for the call. Yeah, listen, I'm not sold on Bobby Petrino, and I've said it. You would beat two teams that haven't won yet in the Southeastern Conference in Auburn and Mississippi State. So beating both of those teams does not all of a sudden give me, man, he should be the head coach here at Arkansas. If you won in one of those last three, that's a pretty big, significant point in Bobby Petrino's favor. Hey, if you're trying to watch the Auburn game this weekend, Joe's Grill and Cantina, half-price apps and taps. It doesn't get much better for that. Not just the Auburn game, but the upcoming game against LSU, Texas, and Missouri as well. It's half-price apps and taps at Joe's Grill and Cantina, South 74th Street, across from Harps in Fort Smith. Daily specials as well. Their Taco Tuesdays are fantastic. So is their salsa at Joe's Grill and Cantina. All right, the conversation continues on. Kevin and Rogers didn't get you today. I'm sorry, bud. You can hang on for halftime. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C. I'm sure they'll have some thoughts. Arkansas, Auburn, coming up this Saturday, 11:45. The Morning Rush, back tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Hey, Hawk fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's